All right, so Costco has technically just pulled out a game changer, but I am not sure if I look at this as a positive thing or a negative thing, because Costco is now going the way of Walmart and Sam's Club and other places, and it kind of feels like it degrades Costco just a little bit. Like Costco, for some reason, I'm sure you guys understand what I'm about to say here. For some reason, Costco always felt like it was like a little bit higher end, not just because it costs an arm and a leg to have a Costco membership. Like it used to be $60 for the basic one and like $120 for the business one, and those have gone up this year. I believe it was this year those went up in price. But Costco itself has always felt kind of like a club, which technically it is. But now what they are doing, instead of being able to pay to have a membership to go in and save money on the things that you're buying in bulk, right? And you use your Costco membership to pay. They even have their own, I think it's a MasterCard, a Costco MasterCard that you can get. And they have like a auto department, like tires and things like that. They have air conditioners. I mean, they sell everything under the sun, and you can get car discounts through Costco. When we were looking at buying a new car, we were able to get like $3,000 off of the car just because we had a Costco membership, which is crazy, but also great, right? But now Costco has decided that they want to jump on the buy now, pay later bandwagon, kind of like Walmart, which we talked about when this started a couple years ago, where Walmart brought in Affirm so that you could do a buy now, pay later. And basically, you're at the register, you go to checkout. This is at Walmart now. Costco's about to start it too. You go to checkout, you're at the register, and your total is a certain amount, and then they go, hey, you want to pay cash, credit card, or do you want to sign up for Affirm? While you stand here at the register in Walmart and put in all your information, then you can get approved or declined immediately. Most people got approved. Your interest rate was going to be through the roof, but you got, you were able to take your groceries or whatever it was you're buying, a refrigerator, a lawnmower, who the heck knows, right? You were able to take everything and leave all at once, and then with all your money still in your pocket, because you were now part of Affirm's buy now, pay later, which is just a fancy name for a credit card, right? Well, Costco has decided that they want to get into the Affirm buy now, pay later game, but online purchases only. So you can't go into Costco and, rack up a ton of stuff, like put a ton of crap on the flat carts and the regular carts, throw a mattress in there or a refrigerator in there, a deep freezer, go get all the coffees you can and meats and eggs and waters and whatnot, and toilet paper, don't forget toilet paper, and then get up to the register and your total comes up to, I don't know, like $5,000, and then you go, I don't really want to pay for this right now, so we're going to go ahead and get some of that buy now, pay later that you guys are handing out like candy, right? So if we could just sign up for Affirm, that'd be great. So what they're doing instead, because they don't want it to be taken advantage of in the store, I do believe, they are doing it online only. Plus, online with Costco, they offer a lot more expensive products than they do in the stores. There's a lot more to choose from on Costco.com. I've scrolled it numerous times just to kind of see what's on there. You can almost buy an entire house on there. Like back in the day, Sears had the catalog where you could buy a house. I believe it was when it was Sears and Roebuck, right? You could buy a house on the Sears catalog, and then they would like mail it to you, send it to you, and you just put your house together. Costco is almost to that point. Like they have everything under the sun. But what they're doing now is they've teamed up with Affirm, so you can pay for stuff over time instead of dropping all your cash at once or your credit card, right? But it's only for online purchases, not in the stores, like we said. So you can't exactly go in there and use your buy now, pay later for the hot dogs, which still have not gone up in price, in case anybody's curious. Still just $1.50 for a foot-long hot dog and a soda, and I believe Pepsi is the preferred drink person for Costco. Still $1.50 there, so you don't have to worry about going in debt over hot dogs. But what is the case, so if you're online and you want to make these purchases online, as long as you are over $500, but under $17,500, really big window of shopping power here, right? So over $500, but under $17,500. When you get to the checkout part, instead of saying, yeah, I've got a gift card or I'm going to use this credit card, you can say, I'd like to sign up for that Affirm. And what they do, though, the problem here is they are going to run your credit. If you don't have good credit, doesn't matter if you can buy now, pay later, because you probably won't get approved. And if you do get approved, please understand your APR is going to be through the effing roof. Is it really worth it? So here's the thing. This is how it works, okay? You pick your item, check out online. If it's over 500, like I said, you can choose Affirm's buy now, pay later option. They do like a really quick credit check, like the most basic credit check humanly possible. And then you get to pick a payment plan, which I think is why a lot of people like this. With your own credit card, there's no payment plan. depending on what your card is, you either need to pay that whole joker off next month so you're not hit with the astronomical APR, or if you have 0% interest, drag it out, right? Pay as little as possible each month, or pay as much as you can depending on how much you're spending, right? But with Affirm, you get to pick 3, 6, 12, 18, 24, or even 36 months, but it depends on what you're buying and your credit. If your credit is shoddy, they're not going to let you have 36 months most of the time. They want their money back quickly, so maybe they let you have 3 months, 6 months, whatever. The better your credit is, generally speaking, the longer they're going to let you have in payment terms, because they trust that you're going to pay it back because you already have good credit and you've proven that you can do these things, right? But here's the thing. It's not interest-free. Like we said, it is not interest-free. The APR ranges from 10% to 36%. Most credit cards, I feel like, are 26.99 to 29.99. So even at 10% is really low, but you'd have to have just like chef's kiss phenomenal credit in order to get that 10% through Affirm. And even if you have really crappy credit, you're looking at 36%, which isn't like that crazy compared to some credit cards, but it's still higher than a lot of people want, right? So let's look at it this way. Good Morning America talked about it, and they were like, okay, let's say you buy something for $500 and you do the Affirm thing, and they give you a 20% APR over 6 months. So you have 6 months to pay off this $500, 20% APR. You're basically going to pay $88 a month, so that the total comes out to $529.61. Now, it's not terrible, but that's still $29.61 that you're paying in interest. So is the purchase that you're making really worth paying an extra $30 for it? That's like, you go put your groceries, your gas, your whatever else on credit cards. If you're not paying those credit cards off, or you don't have like a ridiculously low interest, is it really worth all the extra that you're paying in order just to put it on a credit card instead of putting it on your, paying cash or whatever else? Is Affirm really worth paying an extra? Again, this is at 20% on $500. What if you're buying $10,000 worth of stuff and they give you that 36% interest? Is it worth paying that massive extra in money just to be able to buy now, pay later? This is where my questions come in. Does this mean that Costco is having financial issues, or does Costco believe that its members are having financial issues? Does it think that it has a better chance of bringing more people into their fold? A lot of people will call Costco a cult because the way people act in Costco is ridiculous, I know. But is it worth, are they thinking that they need more people within their Costco cult in order to keep the business running, in order to be able to keep their prices low, in order to keep their memberships low? If they offer this buy now, pay later, though, does it bring in, and we have to think about it this way, does it bring in the wrong crowd? Does it bring in the people who have really crappy credit, who don't make their payments, who end up hurting everything? Because even with when Walmart decided to put up or add on Affirm, the buy now, pay later, they saw a massive rise in non-repayments, right? Because it's groceries. You can't go repo the groceries. Like if I buy a car and I don't make my payments, guess what's going to happen? In the middle of the night, somebody's going to come hook my car up and drag that joker away. You get a house, you don't pay your mortgage payment, guess what's going to happen? You're going to go into foreclosure. The bank is going to take it and kick your ass out, and you're going to be living on your street, or hopefully in the car that hasn't been repossessed yet. You go to Walmart and you buy groceries, baby diapers, baby powder, water, regular food, dog food, whatever, and you put it on your Affirm buy now, pay later. They can't come at you. Like, they can't come take it from you. They can't get into your house, raid your refrigerator, take dog food, take the diapers. They can't do any of that, right? It's going to hurt your credit when it goes to collections, but it's also really going to hurt Walmart because they're not getting paid. Now, if it's up to Affirm to have to hold themselves accountable for everybody's money, like let's say Affirm gives out $1 million in this buy now, pay later to Costco people, and almost $1 million worth don't get paid back. Does Affirm then have to turn around and give that $1 million to Costco no matter what? Then Affirm goes out of business, and it's not a good look, right? The whole thing, to me, I know it's very helpful for a lot of people, but at the end of the day, to me, when a business ends up adding on the buy now, pay later, Affirm kind of thing, it looks like trouble to me. And I can't decide if it looks like trouble for Costco, or if Costco believes our economy is in a even more of a downslide than it has been the last 4 years. And they're looking at it as this is the only way people are going to be able to afford anything, is if they have another version of credit. Because I know a lot of credit cards over the last couple of years have been kind of pulling back on how many people they're willing to give credit to. And then when they do give credit, how much they're willing to give credit, how much credit they're willing to give, because these companies have gotten just hosed over the last couple years with people not paying them back, with people going into collections and all this other stuff. So the second Costco said, hey, we're going to let this buy now, pay later thing be an option for our online purchases. I was like, oh, this is like that when you're on the seesaw, like here is not great, here is not great. You need to be right here. And the second Costco adds in that buy now, pay later, it feels like things start to teeter in like a negative kind of way for the company. That's how I look at it, is that I don't think it's a positive thing for the company. I think it's positive for the people who will take advantage of it, but it doesn't mean that it's positive that they are taking advantage of it. You know what I mean? Either way, if you are looking to make big purchases and you don't want to put it on your credit card, or you don't have a credit card, or you don't want to pay cash and you don't want to go into the Costco store, but you want to shop online, there is the option for the buy now, pay later. And it is, like I said, it's going to be huge for a lot of people, but just make sure you understand what you're getting into before you really truly jump into it, because it is more strict than credit cards. And you could get into a little bit more trouble with overspending if you're not careful. So just want to give everybody that heads up. If you are making an online purchase on Costco.com anytime soon, when you get to that checkout, cash obviously not an option online, but instead of credit card, you will have that option for a buy now, pay later. But really think through what is the best option for you, your credit card or this buy now, pay later, and really think about what it means in the long run. But either way, it's a new way to pay for stuff. Opens more doors for more people to get into Costco and make those purchases that they want to make. So now you guys know, if you didn't know ahead of time. Thank you for letting me have this conversation with the Squirrel Tribe. I love you. Goodbye.